That's good, Rosalyn.
And we are.
Rosalyn, it's good like that.
Okay, everybody mute themselves.
That's good, Rosalyn.
Good evening. Good afternoon.
And we
Good morning.
are.
Whatever time
Rosalyn, it's
zone
good
you
like
happen to be
that.
in, welcome
Okay,
to Leaders
everybody mute
Worldwide
themselves.
Online
That's good,
Toastmaster
Rosalyn.
Club. Good evening. Our
Good
club
afternoon.
mission, we
We-
provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Leaders Worldwide is designed for politicians, business leaders, nonprofit leaders, entrepreneurs, as well as anyone who wants to make their message heartfelt and authentic. Core values: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. We are Leaders Worldwide Toastmasters, where leaders are made.
And happy holidays, everybody. This is our December 18th meeting, and I'd like to introduce our president, Rosemary Sweeney. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alex. I just love the introduction to our meeting. Today we are going to have a fun-filled meeting. It is that time of the year where we have fun. The air, the atmosphere is different, even here in the Caribbean. It is now cold, probably not as cold as some areas are, but it is cold here. And I would have some announcements before we move on. Our contest is coming up, as you heard a little earlier, and we need contestants and role players for the contest. So you could speak with Cassandra to ensure that our contest runs smoothly in January. In January also, we will be moving from a 1 hour meeting to a 1 hour and a half meeting, because there are persons who would love to speak, but because of the time, we have to put them off to a later date. And I would like to welcome and congratulate our new member. Is she there? Thompson. We want to congratulate her as being our newest member. And we encourage others who visit us to sign. Oh, congratulations to Master Thompson. And we welcome you as part of our membership and our family. We are family. We do everything together. We get irritated together. We love together. So you are welcome, and we encourage you to continue in that vein. Our club at this time is missing a secretary, and we need a secretary by someone to volunteer themselves. So by 31st December this year, if we do not have a volunteer, then we will have a secretary from one of our members on the executive. So I'm calling on our members to be that volunteer, which we need. It is good practice. Only this week I was reading of someone who was a secretary in a Toastmasters club. And when that person practiced over time, they got promoted and was secretary to a large corporation. And that person was thanking the experience they got as a Toastmaster to helping them to move on. And that's what Toastmasters does. We practice in Toastmasters, and we are given fair, not partial evaluation, so that when we go out there, we can benefit from being a Toastmaster. At this time, I will hand over our virtual lectern to our Toastmaster of the day. Let's make her feel welcome.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm so happy to be here. This is our last meeting for the year. It's our holiday celebration meeting where the theme is Bountiful Blessings or Copious Blessings. Thank you for joining us. So Leaders Worldwide has been we have so much to be thankful for. And I believe this club is bountifully blessed. Leaders worldwide recently found out that we have maintained our president's distinguished status. So we have 6 distinguished, oh, that's 10. We have 6 distinguished club points. And so 2023 has been a wonderful, wonderful year for the club. And we also have several members of this club who have achieved various awards in their respective fields. And I just want to highlight that before I move on. And I just wanted to highlight persons like President Sweeney and Rosalyn Kahn, who received numerous awards this year and acknowledgements, and Dee Marie Shai King and myself. And we attained 4 new members. So we are bountifully blessed this year. But Bountiful Blessings is not only about what I just said in terms of the club achievements and our individual achievements. And so I just want one person just to answer me really quickly. What do you think what does Bountiful Blessings mean for you? Or you could just type it in the chat. All right. Anyone? I'm not hearing anything. Are you guys hearing me?
You are loud and clear. Everybody
Okay.
is just a little quiet today.
I wonder why. Okay, somebody said abundant love. Abundance
There
of
you go.
love. Yes, that's good, Denise. Awesome. Yes, I agree. So we have life, we have love, we have laughter, we have life. I said life. Yes, I did say life. All right. So moving on. I would like to introduce our grammarian, and that is none other than our Sally Reyes, she is the grammarian, and she'll give us the word of the day. Sally?
Hi, thank you. I'm so glad to hear that bountiful blessings are what we're all feeling through this holiday season. And my favorite word was copious, which is a lot, overflowing and brimming over with wonderful things on a day like this and a holiday. So please join us in celebrating those copious blessings.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
I will be counting your ifs, ands, buts, and so forth, and also recording your powerful words in your stories. Thank you.
So now I call on the timer to give us the timing of the speeches. I believe there will be 5 to 7 minute speeches by our speakers, Rosemary Sweeney and Rosalyn Kahn. Hi, Denise Ray.
Hi, thank you.
Hey.
Can you hear me? The speeches tonight, both speeches are 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll show the green. At 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow. And then at 7 minutes, I'll show the red, where you'll have 30 seconds to wrap. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you. So next on the agenda, we will have our first speaker, and I will call her evaluator. Seeing something.
I am the evaluator, but if you want to
Okay,
go ahead
Rosie,
and read it
go
for
ahead.
me, that would be beautiful. I know she's giving a speech. I know it's going to be a good one. It's 5 to 7 minutes, and it's got a really simple title.
Right, okay. So Rosalyn is President Sweeney's evaluator. And President Sweeney's pathway is she's doing presentation mastery, level 2, effective body language. And her speech title is Help Her. And so her bio, the purpose of her project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intention and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he or she uses nonverbal communication when delivering a speech. During the completion of this project, the member has spent time learning about practicing his or her body language, including gestures and other nonverbal communication. This speech, I'm sorry. Yes, the member will present a well-organized speech on any topic. So we're watching for her awareness of her intentional and unintentional body movement, or movement and body language, and note distracting movements as well as movements that enhance the speech. The speech may be humorous, it may be informational, or it may be any style the member chooses. President Sweeney is a distinguished Toastmaster, and she recently retired from a financial institution as a manager. She's an entrepreneur, a financial coach at Sweeney's Consultancy. And she's a dedicated community person and a chartered member of 6 Toastmasters Club. My God. Rosemary Sweeney has served District 81 as area director for Dominica and St. Vincent, as well as the division director for Dominica, Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent. Currently, she is president of an online advanced club and vice president. She's currently president of Leaders Worldwide Advanced Club. And she is vice president of public relations at 2 other clubs. She wears many hats. Rosemary is enjoying her Toastmasters journey and encourages everyone to do the same. Distinguished Toastmaster Rosemary has also served on various committees in her community and currently serves as a board member of Junior Achievement Dominica and JA Eastern Caribbean Finance Committee. I don't know if JA is Jamaica. I'm assuming it's Jamaica. So, and Jamaica Eastern Caribbean Finance Committee. Her hobbies include hiking, socializing, and dancing. We have to go ask her to dance for us. The quote she lives by is always strive to help. Rosemary Sweeney, help her, Rosemary Sweeney.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the evening. One minute. Slap, stop, bam, help, someone, anyone, please help me. 10-year-old Lizzie's eyes widened as she watches her father beat her mom. Brutally beating her mom. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, how would you feel if you saw your mom being brutally beaten? For as long as Lizzie could remember, she watched her father brutally beat her mom, with no regard for Lizzie's feeling, with no regret for the hurt he caused, with absolutely no remorse. Imagine Lizzie's mom, a small, slender, gentle lady, and her father, a huge, rough, tough man with large hands as big as a bus. One day, when Lizzie's father was beating her mom, Lizzie cowered in horror. with her eyes shut tight like a rat trap. And then she heard a voice, that of her deceased grandmother, saying, "Open your eyes." Now, this is what her grandmother would say to her when she was small, when her grandmother felt that she was in danger. Lizzie opened her eyes and could not believe what she saw. Her mom was on the floor. She was so terrified that she could scream no more. Lizzie decided she had to do something. She could stay silent no more. She had cried her last tear. She had it up to here. And Lizzie ran. Because here is this man who she loves and respects, brutalizing her mom, who she loves and respects even more. Lizzie wondered, is this my dad? He's sweating, he's grunting, his eyes are glaring. No, this must be the devil. Lizzie runs between her parents. "Daddy, daddy, beat me instead." Her father swings his fist towards the mother and bam, hits Lizzie's cheek. Lizzie screams. In a flash, she can't hear with her left ear. She can't see with her left eye. Then everything goes black. Lizzie wakes up in her bed and sees her dad's friend, the doctor, hunched over her. He asks her some questions. She did not respond. She falls asleep and dreams of a time when she and her mother were living happily. And while in that dream, she saw her father coming, his teeth large and colored, and his eyes as red as fire. Lizzie screams and she wakes up. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, are you aware that families may be suffering the same fate? Families in your neighborhood, some of your work colleagues, or in your groups? Yes. If you says no, then I encourage you to open your eyes. According to research done by Lancelet in 2018, based on information taken from the World Health Organization, 27% of women aged 15 to 49 have been exposed to domestic violence at some point in their life. And it is felt that this figure is even higher because of underreporting. You may ask, why not report these demonic people? And there are a number of reasons, 3 of which I will tell you. One is fear of the abuser. The victim is so afraid of the abuser that they feel if they report it, then they're going to be punished even more. Some victims are not aware of resources available to support them. And finally, one which always comes out is that most times the victims are dependent on the abuser. And so they feel that if they ever report this matter, they're going to remain hungry and starved. When I realized that, I became a member of the domestic abuse hotline in my country. You too can volunteer to help the situation. I call on you to join the fight against domestic violence. Open your eyes and be aware of what is going on. It may be all around us and we can hardly see. And this is because the victim tries as much as possible to hide what is going on. Some of them will wear dark shades even in night, or always have a long sleeve and turtleneck during the summer. These are some signs you could look at. You could open your eyes and realize, I implore you, I encourage you, I entice you. Whatever you do, open your eyes. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, President Sweeney, for such a wonderful speech to bring awareness to domestic violence through your speech. Help her. This is a serious condition. I think it's almost like a pandemic. So, and thank you for shedding some light on the statistics, and that it could be even higher because some persons are not reporting out of fear and trauma and fear of retribution. Yes, and so thank you for telling us also that we need to be aware and cognizant of those around us, open our eyes. I just want to give our evaluator 1 minute on the clock.
Dr. Nadine, is your hat green?
Yeah, it's green.
That's why it's blue. Okay. It's blue on the screen because it's a green, it's thinking it's green screen.
Yes, I have yes.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was like, I don't think she had a blue hat, but it's very festive.
I have a green screen behind me.
Yeah, it's fine. I just these things happen.
Yes, that's good, Rosalyn. Yes, that's good. Yeah.
Time's up.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Denise. And our next speaker is none other than our, where's my thing disappeared? I'm sorry. Then our, yes, here we go. Then our decorated, distinguished Toastmaster, Rosalyn Kahn. So Rosalyn will be speaking from, I will introduce her evaluator to tell us about her speech and level and so forth. Her evaluator is Rosemary.
Yes, I'm trying to bring up the information. Okay, Toastmaster Rosalyn is going to present from lessons learned, and the purpose of her presentation, that's so small. The purpose of her presentation is that this project is for her to learn about and apply the skills needed to run a lessons learned meeting during a project or after the completion. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of her leadership experience and the impact of the lessons she learned. During the completion of the project, she worked with a team to complete a project, met with her team on many occasions, most recently to facilitate lessons learned meeting. This meeting may occur during the course of the project or at its completion. The member will deliver a well-organized speech. It will not be a report of the project, and the speech may relate in some way to the member's experience as a leader.
Okay, Stacia.
The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style she chooses. The topic should support the style the member chooses. The speech, as I said, should not be a report on the content of the lessons learned project. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the meeting.
Okay, so Rosalyn is a distinguished Toastmaster and has been a long-time member of Toastmasters. She's recipient of over 40 awards, and I think this year probably, I don't know, about 5 or so, I don't know, I lost count. And she is a world traveler and an international speaker. Recently, she completed a trip to England through Women of Heart. She both recognized for her speaking skills and professionalism. Today, she will tell a humorous account of that experience in England. The story is a talk titled Against All Odds. Rosalyn Kahn, Against All Odds, Against All Odds, Rosalyn Kahn.
Well, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests, it's my distinct honor today to tell you the story of what really happened. So let me tell you how it all began. I got to the airport very, very early. I wanted to make sure I was there in time just to make sure that everything was okay. I checked in. It was about 4 o'clock for 5 o'clock for my 7 o'clock flight. And as the 7 o'clock flight came in and the passengers disembarked from the plane, it seemed as though there was some scurry that didn't seem quite naturally for what was going on. I want to tell you about that, how I got to the event, and what I learned about Toastmasters and its meeting. So here we go. First off, they said, well, it seems as though the plane has some mechanical failure, so you'll please excuse us as we go ahead and look into this. A few hours later, they were bringing out snacks, and we said, boy, they're bringing out snacks. What in the world could possibly happen? All the snacks they're going to be serving us on the plane. And there were Cheetos, and there was Oreo cookies, and there was drinks, all that you can imagine. A short while later, there came another announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, if you're one of the select passengers, we invite you to go to your area to go ahead and rest. And the captain and the others went ahead and disembarked. And they said, it seems as though we're going to have to bring another plane in. That was good. Time went on. More snacks came out. The next message several hours later. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to give you a voucher that you can go ahead and get yourself some food. So please go ahead and get yourself some food. And what does a good Toastmaster do? They observe the area. I pull out a piece of paper and I start painting. What would you do if you were in that situation? Would you let the steam come out of your head? Would you be fuming in anger? No. Do what all good people do. Pick out a paper and start painting. And as I painted and painted and painted, I figured what a better time to paint than the one right now. So I keep myself calm, cool, and collect. I got my dinner. I came back and there was another announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems as though the staff on the plane is going to have to work overtime. So when you get on the plane, do not go to the bathroom. They're going to be working as fast, as expediently as possible. We're going to be boarding as soon as possible. I don't know if it was 9 or 10 o'clock, and all of a sudden they said, it seems as though we just we just need 2 stewards. They're just down a few marks down the road. They'll be here anytime. Keep painting, Rosalyn. Keep painting. They'll be here anytime. Keep painting. They'll be here anytime. And we were waiting and waiting. It was 11 o'clock. And they said, it seems as though the staff that is on this plane is no longer able to fly this plane. And so we're going to have to wait for the new ones to come. And it was 11 o'clock at night when they finally decided, oh my God, this plane and flight is canceled. This is the night I was supposed to be in the limousine. This is the night. How could I make this up? And you know what? They said, we can get you there at 6 a.m. I'm like, 6 a.m. won't work. 6 a.m. won't work. And they paraded us to this area, and all the kids got the pillows and so on and so forth. I was just at the beginning of the line when they decided that I should go to this other line at the other place. I'm like, no. And I swear I must have been the last person there. And they said, well, we can get you on a flight at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's like the best you can get me? I'm going to miss all the affairs. No, it gets better. It gets better. Well, imagine it's like midnight and you've just missed the first night's event and you're off to get a cab, but you have to get a bus and we go to the wrong level. It's midnight and I'm calling on the phone and saying, how do we get to your hotel? Well, the free shuttle has missed. And we take a bus and we're waiting, and the guy who's cleaning the street says, there'll be a bus. It'll be here anytime it'll be there. And they take us, and my passengers are going to the same hotel. And oh my God, we get there. Instead of waiting for the Uber that we had paid pass for, they decided to take the first cab. I'm like, did they forget me? It gets better. We're riding the cab. Do you know when you take a cab in LA and it's like 2 miles from the circumference of the airport, it's like $40? Well, I'd cashed all my money and all I had was the currency. So I gave them a few dollars of that. When we get to the hotel, the other people were so angry, furious, and mad. You get that the lady behind the desk said, excuse me, you're going to need to go over there. Needless to say, I got in my room. I took my stuff all the way up the stairs to find out it was the wrong place. Got to the airport the next day, got an earlier flight. When I finally got there, I got a message on my phone as I was about ready to board the bus that the event was just down the road. And I took my stuff and I went as fast as humanly possible. And you know, Toastmasters has a good thing because when you're asked to give a speech and you don't know what to do, you just speak. But you see, the winner of the event I found was a member of Toastmasters and learned that even when you don't have the timing lights, you need to time yourself. So I gave an eloquent speech. It was beautiful. Everyone absolutely loved it. The dresses were beautiful. And it was an event to remember that Toastmasters is an organization that you want to follow the timing cards, the rules, the menus, and everything they say and do, or otherwise you could not place. But it was an event to remember, and you know that I never give up. Just like my computer is upside down and I'm sitting in my chair because I don't want to stand up. You might not be able to see my face, but before the red one comes, you've learned that even though the plane gets delayed, you do your art. Even though you get there late, you look at your phone and find out where you're supposed to be and make sure you finish before the red light comes on, because then you'll be disqualified. Madam Toastmaster.
Rocky, I thoroughly enjoyed your speech. I thoroughly enjoyed your speech. My God, I think I probably would have been fuming from the first two. But thank you for just reminding us, you know, focus on the positive and take something out and paint. So whatever your painting activity, whatever your activity is, just do it. Madam Timer, could you give us a minute on the clock, please?
Time.
Thank you. So next we have our timer. Next we have our table topics master, and I'll ask our timer just to give us the timing for the table topics.
Thank you. The time for the table topics is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll put up the green. At the green. 1.5 minutes, I'll put up yellow. And at 2 minutes, I'll put up the red, where you have 30 seconds to wrap. Back to you.
Thank you, Denise. Now I will pass it on to our table topics master, our new member, DTM Lisa Thompson. Thank you.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. If you could please allow me to share my screen, I would appreciate that for the table topics portion of tonight's meeting. Nope, still disabled. Looks like it's still disabled.
Now you should be good.
Thank you, Alex.
Press the wrong button.
That's right. Oh, I pressed the wrong button too. I'm gonna stop share. And I want to make sure we have sound for this. Okay, I'm sorry it's taking so long for this setup.
Not a problem.
Thank you. So
Ooh, we have a wheel.
yeah. Okay, perfect. So if you could raise your hand, I will be happy to call on you in order to do a tabletop. Dee Marie, my favorite table topics person. I'm going to spin the wheel, and then you'll have 1 to 2 minutes, as you know, for doing a table topic. All of the questions tonight are on holiday gifting. And Dee Marie, what's the best gift you've ever received? What's the best gift you've ever received, Dee Marie?
As a child, do you remember waking up on Christmas morning, standing and looking up at the tree, just all aglow, your eyes open so wide because you knew that somewhere during the course of the night, Santa came down that imaginary chimney and left you something under the tree? For me, the very best gift that I ever received was just the love and caring that my mom and my dad put into making sure that all 7 of us kids had whatever it was that we thought we were going to get for Christmas. They made sure that each one of us had something specifically for us. I didn't realize until I became an adult what all of that had really meant. We were an impoverished family in terms of economics, but in terms of love and family togetherness, it was copious, abundant, and overflowing, because my dad went out of his way every holiday to make sure that at Christmas time, our hearts would pound and we would just be overtaken with joy. And I remember the year that I got this little tea set. Oh my goodness. I actually made tea and poured it imaginarily in copious amounts into these little tiny cups that we drank from, and I invited my dad to join us. You see, my father relived his childhood through us. And every Christmas, he made our Christmas so special that it was a time that I will never forget. That is the most precious gift that I ever received. What gift did you get that warmed your heart and made you feel that Christmas was just for you as an individual? Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Such a lovely tea set story. That was beautiful, Dee Marie. Thank you. I love that. Okay, so we're going to eliminate this question, and we're going to find our next speaker who would like to speak next. Alex, wonderful. Thank you for speaking. I'm spinning the wheel just for you. And Alex, what's a gift that you've given that wasn't an object? What's a gift that you've given that wasn't an object, Alex?
Hello, me. Isn't that enough? Yes, me. I gave the gift of me to friends. No, that's not really the gift, but because some people would have thought it was cool. I think, when you look at a gift that's I just want to make sure I get the question right, that wasn't an object, it's kind of a hard thing to kind of quantify it, because as Sally is counting up all those copious amounts of love that we all have. I think the best gift, or one of the best gifts I ever gave someone, was a hike. My wife and I, we went on a hike after she had our daughter, and she had our daughter. Lucy was born in December on the 30th. So that's how it kind of relates. And that's something that she enjoyed. We didn't have the time or make the time, and we just packed up Lucy and away we went in February, and it was cold out and all these other things. But despite our best parenting effort, she didn't get sick. We didn't get sick, because in Norway, people actually go out in the cold, despite what grandmas and grandpas say in America. So we just went out there and we enjoyed nature and had a really great family moment and had some free fun due to the New Jersey Parks Department. So we use the state resources for going on at Cheesequake, and it's something that we love to do. So that is my non-sub, I want to make sure I get the question right. The non-object gift that I gave someone. But the second one was me.
What a great answer. Thank you so much, Alex. I think the gift of you is really all it takes. And whether you're hiking or you're parenting or you're just having fun with your family, the gift of you, that's what it's all about.
My wife might question that, but yes.
Yeah, no, tell her not to. Yeah, the gift of you is really more than enough for any of us. That's a great gift. Thank you, Alex. Okay, who's next? I don't see any hands. So do I just call on somebody?
Yeah, you can just call on anybody.
Okay, how about Sally?
Yeah. Yes,
Sally, are you ready?
I'm ready. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to eliminate this question and then spin the wheel again. And Sally, what gift have you re-gifted and why?
I can't think of anything. Well, oh, okay. I think the gift that I have regifted was that we always sing Christmas carols at home. And as I was visiting my next door neighbors, and they were not particularly celebrating too much in Christmas, I went over and sang them several Christmas carols and brightened their day. And so I was given Christmas carols by my grandmother pounding on the piano. And I took those Christmas carols and gave them to my next door neighbors who had no children and no one to entertain them on a day like Christmas. So we all had a great laugh over all the Christmas carols until they just said, "Stop, it's enough." Thank you.
Thank you, Sally. I'd love to hear one of your regifted Christmas carols. Thank you so much. So I don't see the timer and I don't see the time.
You have a minute left. Do you want to sing Christmas Carol for her?
Well, no, Cynthia.
Holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. Thank you.
That was beautiful, Sally. You could sing to me anytime.
Oh, I love
Lovely. Do we have time for more questions?
6:20.
Yes? I don't hear anybody.
Yeah, wait, let me look at the schedule real quick. We'll just
Yeah,
look at the
thank you.
schedule.
I think we're probably.
Thank
We
you.
are over.
So she sang us out of range.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. This was very thought-provoking and fun. The real gift of questions, or yeah, that was different. So thank you. Now I will turn it over to our. Let me just make sure I have this one. Yes, our general evaluator, Marie King, to take us through the next portion of the meeting. Thank you so much for having me as your Toastmaster today. It was my pleasure. being here with you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. And I can truly say that we have had a copious amount of holiday cheer. Absolutely. And at this moment, I'd like for the timer to walk us through the timing for the evaluators as they evaluate each other and their speeches. Denise?
Thank you, Dee Marie. The evaluations are 2 to 3 minutes, and at 2 minutes, I'll put up the green. At 2.5 minutes, I'll put up the yellow, and at 3 minutes, I'll put up the red, where you have 30 seconds to wrap. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much for that, Denise. And our first evaluator is going to be Rosalyn, who is evaluating the speech that was given by Rosemary Sweeney. Rosalyn, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster, and most especially Rosemary Sweeney. Help me, help me. I certainly could use some help. No, I truly loved the way that she opened the speech and got our attention almost immediately with a slap and a slap and a slap. And I was like, oh no, this is not rated G. I'd like to go ahead and begin my review of her speech, looking at all the things that I liked, and then going on to a small area that I think that she could improve upon. So the goal of this speech was to use verbal and nonverbal, and she was going ahead and talking about the big burly father and the skull skinny little mother that was there, and the eyes and the force of his eyes and the sound. It's like you could see it, you could feel it. I was just waiting for the tagline, and that little girl was me. But I'm sure that Rosemary wouldn't do that to us. She you know, she has a great life. But what really appealed to me is the way that the sounds, the feelings, and the moods brought this whole thing to life, including the part of the copiousness of the details as she was hit and smacked, and boom, she found herself in a hospital bed. And the nightmare she had, the dream that she had. But any good speech doesn't simply tell us the problems. She was very careful to tell us the solutions of what happens, of why people don't go ahead and share, of fear or of retribution, and how we should be the voice to go ahead and speak out and be the one who goes ahead and gives forth that information. I thought that was very, very helpful in telling us all that we all have a place. And in my life, I too was the person who spoke out about something I saw. And the one area that I think that she could improve upon is, I don't know if there were notes that she was looking at, but there was something, a pregnant pause of words that were going to go ahead and come, that she didn't quite know when she was going to begin. And I was confused, because she's usually got everything in its proper place. And that would be the small area that I would suggest that she could improve upon. But hopefully you were all forewarned to know if there's someone out there, you need to go ahead and help them. Madam General Evaluator, the floor is yours.
Thank you so very much, Rosalyn. And now our next evaluator is Rosemary Sweeney, and she will give us her take on the speech that was presented by Rosalyn. Rosemary, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. And thank you, Rosalyn, for sharing with me your ordeal in trying to arrive at your destination. In your description, I learned that you are very patient and you can take on a lot before getting frustrated. And so, although sometimes when you got frustrated, even so, you did not give up. Your opening drew me in when you started, the way you sat, the way your body was, like from the get-go, you were comfortable. And your vocal variety, I loved it. It made me realize that you probably also love food, because you said the snack was good. And as time went on, they brought out more snacks. Your voice changed with that. And You were happy about that. I also saw great hand gestures. Your hand made me try to visualize what was going on. When the steam was coming through your head, I could imagine that steam coming because you were frustrated. When you sat and you were painting the manner you moved your hand, I could visualize you just simply there taking your time painting because you know you had time. What I would have, your conclusion was also great in that you wrap up, you told us what you were going to tell us, and what you told us, you came and you listed it. But what I would have loved to hear would be a time you led a team, your experience in leading that team. That's what I would have loved to hear, because that's what the presentation was about. Overall, I enjoyed your speech. Your presentation, your opening was amazing. It caught my attention. Your level of comfort when you were speaking, it's like you were giving a story or looking on somewhere and giving that story, which was very engaging. I saw great hand gestures and I heard wonderful vocal variety. I learned you were patient and you love food. What I said what I would have loved to hear was how you led a team. However, in delivering that story, you made me realize that you're a leader because and whatever came in your way, you had a destination to meet and you met that destination. So I just loved your presentation. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so very much, President Sweeney, for that evaluation of Rosalyn's speech. Now, at this time, I would like for Sally Reyes, our grammarian, to give us her report and her take on the meeting in terms of the ahs, the ums, and the word copious. Sally, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. I'm delighted that people grasped this unusual word to be fill and brimming over, such as Christmas can mean. And Alex did well with 1, and Rosemary with 1, Nadine with 1, Dee Marie with 3, and that's about it. I thought that was quite a story with no flight happening. That was hilarious, and I appreciated everything everyone contributed today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that report, Sally. And now our next functionary is going to be Denise, our timer, and she will give us the timer's report.
Thank you, Madam Evaluator. The speeches tonight were all within time. Speaker number 1, Rosemary, was within time at 6 minutes and 24 seconds. Speaker number 2, Rosalyn Kahn, was within time at 6 minutes and 34 seconds. The table topics were all within time. Table topic number 1, Dee Marie at 1 minute 56 seconds. Table topic 2, Alex, 2 minutes 11 seconds. And table topic 3, Sally at 1 minute and 3 seconds with 30 seconds of song, which I let's see here. The evaluations were both within time. Evaluator 1, Rosalyn, was at 2 minutes and 41 seconds, and evaluator 2, Rosemary, was 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you.
So do I need to explain to you why Leaders Worldwide is considered an advanced international club? I think the reports speak for themselves. We've had a phenomenal meeting today. The abundance of professionalism has been copious in nature. And my report begins with the fact that we started off a little rocky, a little bumpy, but that's to be expected with technology. Who can say when it's going to work or not? But we bounced back from that. It didn't stop us. Everybody cooperated with everybody else, and we got this show on the road. Everybody felt the spirit. There was copious holiday cheer throughout the meeting itself. Alex and Nadine have on these hats that if you weren't in the mood, All you had to do was look at the monitor and go, ho, ho, ho. I tell you that. But it was a wonderful meeting. We had two dynamic speakers who delivered powerful messages. And then we had two very well thought out evaluations that allowed us to understand that even in the midst of powerful messages, there is always a slight amount of room for additional growth and redirection. And that's one of the wonderful things about Toastmasters. The evaluations are not meant to be critical, but to help you take that from where you are to that fourth core value, which is excellence. And that's what we're striving for. There were moments, let me just say this. There was one phrase that I could not help but just chuckle. My eyes were shut like a rat trap. That left a picture in my mind like, oh my goodness, how would that look if your eyes were as tight as a rat trap? That was just wonderful. But there were areas where we had interruptions and long vocal pauses, a couple of times where we had people speaking out when we were trying to go on with the meeting. And these are things for us to grow on as a club. It's fortunate that we didn't have a lot of guests in our midst at this time, but when guests are present, we want to come across as what we are, that international advanced club where we set the example for others. And when we do that, we don't have any recourse. Our participation is copious on all levels, and we simply strive to be the very best that we can be. I'm excited about Leaders Worldwide because we're now approaching our international speech contest season, and that is shaping up beyond anything I would have imagined. So as Cassandra had made an announcement when we first started out, please go ahead as soon as possible and get your name into Carrie Kelly so that she will know that you plan to participate in either the evaluation portion of the contest or the speech portion. And at that point, she will let you know what the qualifications are for each one of those areas. I'm excited, and I know that those of you who want to participate are excited as well. Tonight's meeting was great. There's nothing else that I can say. It's been an experience for this holiday season that we can all take with us as we begin to celebrate and look forward to 2024. Can you believe that it's just around the corner? Oh my goodness. If you haven't taken stock of where you've come in 2023 and looked at where you're going in 2024, now is the time to do that. 2023 could have been one of the most copious times in your life. For me, it offered copious adventures, achievements, challenges. Yes, challenges that I had to rise up to and take that challenge on and say, I can do this. Look back at your 2023 and I assure you, you will be amazed. And then you look at those challenges and those examples of your achievements and you're ready to march into 2024. And I want you to do that with Pathways. Since I am the VP of Pathways, get in touch with me so we can do that and let Pathways help you into 2024. Happy holidays to all of you, and thank you so much for a wonderful meeting.
Okay.
President Sweeney, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. I thought it was a Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much, everyone who participated in this meeting and everyone who are here. We learned something different this evening. As with all Toastmasters meeting, we always learn something different, something new, which we can take back, because we know now when we are stuck in those airports, we just take a paper and pen or pencil, whatever we have, and start painting. And we have seen Rosalyn's painting, so we know we will practice and then come perfect, because whatever you do, it's your creativity coming out, and we will practice and practice and practice and not get frustrated, so that when we reach to our destination, we are all tired. when Rosalyn was speaking, I could see her running to the destination and trying to get involved, trying to pick up from what she missed out. So this is the attitude we are going to have. And in everything, you heard her that some of the information she received from Toastmasters, that's what she practiced, and she practiced that. So we are going out there to be better people and not get ourselves frustrated. When I was small, some people ask me, why don't I get vexed? Because when I was small, my mother would always tell me, who gets vexed loses. And it is a literal thing, because sometimes you're going for something and because you get so upset and so vexed, you just change your mind and you lose out on what you could have gotten. So I never get vexed. So let any of those things derail my focus of what I am going to get. As I said earlier, we are in need of a secretary. And if no one volunteers by the 31st of this month, we will be having a secretary in January. Also, our meetings going forward after this one will be 1.5 hours in order to have more people present at our meetings. We heard Dr. Nadine, our Vice President Public Relations, commending us for being a distinguished club, and we are on the move. So by January, February, we should be presidents distinguished before the end of the year. All of us will have to work together to achieve that. We are not too far. And one way we could ensure that we do that is all of us attending the club officers training as an easy point to get the club officers training. And also we need additional members. Most of our educational goals have been met. If not all, we would maybe just be missing one, but most of our educational goals have been met. That doesn't mean we do not need additional goals. We need all our members to be Triple Crown holders at the end of the year. So it is not that our club will limit you to the number of goals which we are accepting from you. Okay, at this time, Marie, I saw you had a raised hand.
Yes,
You want to?
I wanted to follow up on what you had said about us needing a secretary. One of the DCP requirements is that we turn in a roster of members, our officers, by the end of December. So someone needs to act in that capacity. You're shaking your head, Cynthia. That is not a requirement to report the member, the officers.
Not
Okay.
twice a month. That's only a requirement if we take officer roles every 6 months, but we
I was
And
just going
December
to say that.
31st is not part of that.
No, but we
Okay.
have to ensure that we start grooming our members to take on the executive role. So by June 30th, we have our report in. Because our executive are there for 1 year. Some executives are there for 6 months. So the 6 months would be December 31st. For us, it is June 30th. So we have to start working on our new executive 2024-2025 to ensure that we have our meeting early, our elections early enough so that we can send in our information. Yes,
So they're
Toastmaster?
all there for 12 months instead of 6. Thank you.
Right, yeah. Toastmaster Thompson?
Thank you. So I just wanted to say thank you for having me. I understand the need for executive board officers. However, I am in 2 clubs where I am an officer. I am president in one. I am VPM in the other. The second club is really struggling, so I need to step up to making sure that that club has enough members. So I'm also this co-chair for the spring conference in this district. So at this time, I'm so sorry, but I feel like I should step into the secretary role, except I just cannot commit myself to more than I'm already doing.
No worries.
And I am trying to give you all another point or two by giving you my levels 1 through 5 in time to get my OATM in time for the spring conference. I'm not finished with any of those levels yet, but I am moving along faster than fast to get that to happen. And I hope to give you those points that way and to receive the gorgeous plaque that I was so jealous of Dee Marie getting when she got it. Dee Marie and I may be doing additional things to help bring in members, and I'm happy to be here. I also really need to tell you this timing is tough for me. So it's not that I'm not listening. It's not that I'm not hearing everything that's going on, but sometimes it's just really hard for me to sit up.
That's fine. I
Thank
always tell our members, we do what is comfortable for us. There is no right or wrong or anything you do, and you're here with us, and we are so happy that you can be here with us. So you do whatever makes you feel comfortable. All we ask is our members follow the core values of Toastmasters. Other than that, you're good to go. Okay,
Well,
Elise?
I love the fact that twice a month you're much earlier than this. So
Right.
that will help tremendously. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, I am going to
I would
send.
like This is Sally. I'm sorry. I want to thank Dee Marie for being able to reuse our word today 7 times. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'm sending out all goodies, chocolates. Who can't have chocolates, have your fruits. And ensure that you enjoy the season, you enjoy what is there. I know Alex and his daughter are going to have a bash. Enjoy family, enjoy friends, and make your season great. The only person who can make your season great is you. As a financial person, don't give them all your money for anything. Hold back part of your money. Give yourself a gift of your money for Christmas. Okay? Don't go ahead and spend all your money on everything that's going on, because it is very glitzy and glamorous. And the advertisements make you feel that